I'm Tom Cherones.
And I'm Guida. Sorry. Sorry.
Welcome back to the Thought Abyss.
I'm Guida.
I'm Tom Cherones.
He's Tom Cherones. I'm not Tom Cherones.
It's episode 13.
That was a mistake on our part.
It's a very kind of boring milestone.
No, it's a huge milestone. It's an unlucky number.
Yeah.
I think.
So, basically, I was watching this YouTuber, Exserbia. He's great. He's kind of like Vsauce for me. He's cool. But I was watching him, and he said, I got on a plane like a couple weeks ago, and they didn't have the aisle 13 because it's an unlucky number. And he's like, okay, great. So planes are running off fucking magic then. Fantastic. And I thought it was really funny. So apparently 13 is actually an unlucky number.
So this episode is going to be equivalent to a plane crashing and burning. Is basically what we're saying. So if you want to skip this one, don't. You're gonna have to watch the whole thing.
Watch the whole thing, especially for Song of the Week. Song of the Week's coming up.
Song of the Week. Do you remember the Song of the Week? Do you remember that awesome segment that was super chaotic with many different people yelling at each other?
Dude, last episode was very chaotic.
There's a lot of.
We kind of wanted to bring it back with this episode and be like more chill.
Yeah, we want to get into our Zen mode once more.
Yeah, so we can actually focus on the bread and butter. You know what I mean?
The actual speaking, the actual essence of the podcast.
Yeah, of course. All right. So first thing I wrote was accents as Southerners and detecting accents. So, people, we have an accent. Like, I really don't think I have an accent, but when I went to LA and I was hanging out with my my step grandmother, we were just like talking, and I was like, I don't have a country accent, do I? And she was like, yeah, you do. And I was like, oh. And I can kind of hear in her voice that she has kind of like a Rochester accent, like she's from like Rochester, like Jersey. And she's like, I don't have one though, and I'm like, yeah, you do. but it's kind of like barely there, but she can still sense it for me, but I can't sense it at all because I'm around such like thick accented people that I don't really notice mine.
I mean, I still don't think that we're like super thick accented, but since
no, we're not, but I think it's detectable. And I think
actually. There was a person who I just started watching recently. I think he's a YouTuber named Matt Shea, and he actually
Newfoundland accent.
Yeah,
and he's talking to his Newfoundland accent.
Yeah,
I love him. I've been watching him for years.
He just like randomly posted something like he typed something in the feed, right, and posted, and he's like, hey, I randomly had an idea where I talk in my real accent, and I was like, hold up, this guy has an accent? I mean, like, he talks a little differently.
He's Canadian. So
yeah.
You can hear the Canadian in his voice, but you can't really hear much else. He says,
you can't
like,
hear
and stuff.
Peter McKinnon has the same thing. Like, it's only when he says things that start with, like, O, you can really hear it.
Or, like, rough.
Yeah.
Instead of roof. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, because he posted the video, he decided to do it, and, like, he spoke in his Newfoundland accent? Newfoundland, sorry.
It's hard to pronounce because it's spelled Newfoundland.
Yeah.
It's dumb. Why did anyone call it that?
Well, it was really interesting to hear the fact that he could talk in a weird accent, but he also could cover it up.
Yeah. Like,
very well.
He was like shifting in and out of it.
Yeah, he was shifting in and out of it a lot. And he said it was because of...
the same video.
I know, right? The thing about it, he stopped... He didn't want to do his accent, right? Because a lot of people don't really understand the Newfoundland accent. And I thought that was really interesting, because isn't that like a form of like filtering yourself? I don't know. I kind of like it when people talk in their real accent when they're from a different place, because it's like more genuine. It's like, it's interesting.
I mean, I just think it's a false sense of how you think people view you. And he was like, yo, people are gonna think I'm fucking stupid if I talk like this, And it was just kind of a thing that he decided to do, and he became really good at it, and really good at covering up. There's not really a point.
I mean, seriously, that was the first video in like how many years has he been on YouTube?
I don't know, like 4.
8. I mean, a while he's been on YouTube, and that was the first one where he posted.
Dude, he's been playing Besiege for a while. I watched him when he first started playing Besiege, like 4 years. Anyway, I wonder what he would do, like what he would talk like if he was like mean fans.
Yeah.
Maybe I think if they met him out in the wild, he would talk in his
out in the wild
in his like Newfie accent. But I think if he was in a convention or something.
Well, obviously, if he's in a setting when other people talk in the Newfie accent, it's like he's comfortable doing it. But like when I guess he talks to Americans or like is on videos and stuff, he doesn't feel comfortable talking in his own accent because he wants to be able to relate to everyone. But like, I don't know. I think that's really awesome that he has that Newfoundland accent. Like, I want him to.
I think it's kind of cool. I think he should do a series with it. I don't think he should stick with it though.
You really don't think so?
No. I guess I wouldn't mind it eventually, but it's kind of annoying. I know.
So because I view that as a form of filtering himself, and I think he should show his full self. So you don't think so? You think it?
Okay, yeah, but because it's so easily and comes so naturally to him now, I don't think it's really filtering himself at this point. Because it's like, you know, he just does it.
I mean, he had a lot of practice with it for 4 years.
Of course,
doing it. I mean, he can seriously turn it on and off like that. I don't know how you can mentally do something.
It was like the device. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about like southern accents and stuff,
Mhm.
I kind of wanted to talk about like what's your favorite southern dish? Like, cause I don't know, I feel like the South has such a unique palate, and it kind of defines the rest of the continent or whatever.
Well, I think it's kind of hard to distinguish food at this point. It's like so diverse with so many different.
Well, of course.
So
but-
like,
but
what do you think of it as like a traditional southern dish?
Stuff like cornbread and green beans and collard greens and ribs and brisket and
Black people food.
mashed potatoes. Yeah, most of it kind of, yeah.
Honestly.
It kind of relates back to like, I don't know, almost like Depression era when it's like you just like threw a bunch of shit together.
Black
like-
soul food, bro.
Does fried chicken fall under this category?
Oh, heck yeah.
Because if fried chicken falls under this category, just saying.
See, okay, I know y'all aren't gonna like this, but like I'm not that big of a fan of fried chicken, which I know sounds weird. I know it's okay. Look, I know it sounds like kind of weird. I don't know.
Do you like chicken?
Yeah, I like grilled chicken. I don't mind
But
fried
you don't
chicken
like
that much.
fried chicken.
No, I don't like anything with bones in it. You know.
Really?
Like I can eat it. Like I'll eat chicken wings or whatever, but I just don't like it that much because it's like a process you gotta go through. I don't know.
Well, it's either you eat around the bone and go through a process of eating, or you get some processed chicken nugget.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the bone rather than the processed chicken nugget.
I just like
Okay, you would rather have chicken nuggets than, or you'd rather have chicken wings than chicken nuggets.
Not necessarily. Chicken nuggets is a little bit different.
That's what I said.
That's like heavily processed, right? Oh, it's so good. I don't know what the heck that stuff is. It's like meat paste, but like chicken nuggets
Meat
slap
paste.
hard.
Yeah, but I like deer meat. I like venison, and we go dove hunting sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, and you shoot a dove, right?
Mhm.
And then you clean it, and you get the dove breast out, and then you grill it, wrap it in bacon and cream cheese, put a jalapeno on it.
So what is that called?
They're called dove poppers. That's what we call them.
That sounds good.
That sounds
They're
bomb.
literally. Oh my god. Yo, and there's only like 3 per person because there's like 8 people there. So there's like. There's like.
Oh
20
yeah,
people.
I'm sure it's difficult to catch and kill a dove.
What is that like?
Well, you don't catch it. You shoot it with a shotgun.
Like, what does it taste like?
Yeah, what does it taste like?
It's good.
Like chicken?
It just
Like,
tastes
what's-
good.
like, what's
That's the only
texture?
explanation you need, Josh.
It's I don't know because it's like grilled and it's very small, so you don't have that much really flavor. Well, not that much like individual flavor. Like I feel like it would just taste like basically like chicken.
So it's
Maybe a little bit more
It is
gamey than
meat
chicken.
though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean it is meat? It's,
I mean, I
it's a
didn't know-
dove breast. It's a breast. It's what they used to fly. You know?
They got that meat there, dude.
Yeah,
Come
bro.
on, man. But I don't know really what my favorite is other than like fried chicken and like
Fried chicken
mac and
counts.
cheese though. Does mac and cheese count?
Mac and
Because
cheese is so good.
my mom makes some bomb mac and
My
cheese.
favorite food group is definitely carbohydrates.
My favorite food group is mac and cheese. That's my favorite food group.
Yo, like rice, pasta, mac
Dude,
and cheese.
even like the frozen mac and cheese, like the ones in like the Bob Evans little containers, or like even like the Kraft mac and cheese, all kinds of mac and cheese is good. You can't go wrong with any or.
I'm
It's
alright
just
with Kraft
good.
mac and cheese, but like, ain't that good. Oh god. Okay.
I just don't like mac.
All right, I'm beginning to see a divide here.
Cheese and noodles.
What?
Not
You don't like
appetizing.
mac and
It's
cheese?
just not appetizing.
Joshua, you should so
I
be
don't.
here.
I've tried so many different kinds of mac and cheese. I just don't like it. It's not appealing to my mouth. Bro.
Okay, you not liking Kraft mac and cheese is one thing, but a human being not liking any mac and cheese,
Yo, you
Like,
know what?
I can't
that
say
may
like,
that may be classified as a
You know what
disorder.
fucking slaps, bro? like grilled cheese, like homemade grilled cheese, where your mom's making it the whole time. She's like psh, with all the butter, and then you dip it in the tomato soup.
Bro, oh, hold up. You added a whole new layer. That tomato
a game
soup?
changer, bro.
No.
That's really good.
Broccoli cheese soup.
That's also
I love broccoli cheese soup.
That's also good with grilled cheese. I like tomato soup more. I think it clashes more. Not clashes. It complements.
That reminds me of the time when Morgan and I went on a date at First Watch. It was the first time I've ever been to First Watch, and it's this really good brunch place. Like, I super recommend it, even though it's a little bit more expensive than normal restaurants. But like, I got this ham melt with like Gruyere cheese. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you got it.
Gruyere cheese. All right.
He keeps messing with
I keep saying Gruyere or Gruyere cheese, and it had like tomato and this like Dijonnaise sauce or whatever, and like I got the broccoli cheese soup side with you dip it in the So like I can only imagine like a homemade like you just dip it in the and you're like and I was biting it. I was like dude, that's comfort food. That's just so good. It was such big portions, but like that's besides the point. Like so like dip in a grilled cheese and broccoli cheese. What are you doing? Dipping grilled cheese or broccoli cheese soup? I'm sure it's just as good. Like I love broccoli cheese soup as like a dip. Broccoli cheese soup should just be a dip. It should just be broccoli cheese dip.
buffalo chicken dip.
I seriously love it so much. It's a problem.
Okay, that's cool. So mine was gonna be like mac and cheese or something. And mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese or something.
Grilled fried chicken. I don't know. But anyway, that's our favorite Southern dish.
Yeah, very clear.
All right, so Tourette's.
Okay, here's the actual segue. Okay, so Tourette's, right? It's a thing that they can't help but do, right? And it's just when they have like tics or whatever. And this one streamer that I watch who also has Tourette's, she does this mouth pop, and it like she goes, right? That's all it is. But I watched her do it, and then I started doing it, and now I do it without thinking.
No.
Obviously, I don't have Tourette's, right? That's not the same thing. But like everyone else has everyone has a nervous tic or like something that they do like unconsciously or without like realizing it.
I'll be like.
Yeah, like people like tapping their foot during a test or like chewing their pencil.
I feel like everyone does that.
Biting their nails or whatever. Now I guess I just have a mouth pop.
That reminds me of a story where my dad. He was watching his friend's dad like work on a car when he was like really young, and his friend's dad when he was concentrating he would go like stick his tongue out. Yeah. And my dad thought it was really cool, so he practiced it when he was trying stuff, and now he's stuck doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And now I think he looks stupid.
Well, so like there's Miss Justament who always sticks out her tongue like that when she's like concentrating. So I think everyone has a weird tic or something like that. I'm not saying that Tourette's isn't like Tourette's is like something totally different, right? But everyone has something that they do that when they don't realize it, and I now pop sometimes without realizing or thinking about it. Like I'll just like be doing something and I'll just go like, I don't know, like, what?
So spoilers, this next like big bit of the episode is gonna be about music.
Oh yeah, music high.
Starting off with our only segment.
Our segment. Do you remember the segment?
If you don't, write down in the comments.
The segment.
What do you think?
What do you think the segment is?
It's Song of the Week.
It's Song of the Week.
Welcome back.
I'm so glad you guys made it for Song of the Week.
Song of the Week.
I'm very happy.
As usual, you gotta listen to it. Yeah, it's number 2, Song of the Week, number 2.
You are required. This is your homework. You have to listen to the 2 tracks.
You gotta do your research when you listen to it. Like, you can't do it any other way. That was a real cough. That was so stuck in my throat.
So guys, listen to the Song of the Week.
Okay. So my song, I was listening to.
Just drum roll, dude. To build this suspense.
So I've been listening to this guy for a while, kind of on and off. His name's Hobo Johnson, and he came out with this album called The Rise of Hobo Johnson in 2017 or 2018. And then the fall of Hobo Johnson was in released back in late 2019. And I started listening to it like a week ago, and it's such a good album. And the first song on the album is called "Typical Story," and it's just kind of him. I don't know. It kind of represents him because he starts with just like a metal guitar, which isn't really him. He's more of like a softer like guitar guy, and then he's just like he gets angry and angrier as the song goes on, and it's really funny, but it's also like
Has a lot of meaning.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I really like it.
Is it like a fast tempo or?
No, it's a slow tempo, but then it gets louder and it adds more instruments.
That's interesting. Yeah. Well, my song of the week is called Supermarket by Logic. Yeah, Supermarket's about, I guess, Logic or some other random dude, right? Who likes this girl a lot. But she works at a supermarket, so he can't really talk to her that much. And like, he talks, a lot of the lyrics are about like, you know, like wishing he could be with her in like the department or whatever, but like he can't really because she's sort of at a different level or whatever, and it's hard to like communicate with her because of that reason. And like how he goes to the supermarket just to see her. It's really well wrapped together, and like it starts off really peaceful, right? And then there's like the nice like instrument part, and it like kind of rises and like has some good energy in there. And then it kind of mellows back out and then rises again. It has a lot of movement. A lot of the songs I listen to have a lot of movement. But like overall, it's just a really well like created song. Like you could tell he put a lot of heart into it, and the story in it is really cool too. So my song of the week is Supermarket by Logic. And yours was which one again?
Typical Story by Hobo Johnson on the Fall of Hobo Johnson.
So that is your homework. 2 songs, easy peasy. Will take you 10 minutes tops. Type in comment which one was better. If you don't choose mine, then you try again.
Try again, write again.
Yeah, write again.
Mine's better.
Mine is the best one.
Mine is like objectively like better.
Yeah, but like the thing is like if you turn it into my point of view, it's actually better. You see?
Okay.
Yeah, so like mine's better is what I'm saying. So type in Corey Guida's was better in the comments below. Thank you guys very much for that.
Yeah.
Oh look, just another commenter right there.
Fantastic.
Someone just literally commented.
Literally just commented just now. Anyway, so next I want to talk about the album a little bit more. The Fall of Hobo Johnson. It's I think there's a couple songs where he talks about this girl named Ashley. I don't know if this is actual person that he's talking about, but I don't know. All of his songs are kind of based around like love stories and like stuff that didn't happen or that was gonna happen, and also about his kind of abusive dad and stuff in his like weird family life. And he's Hobo Johnson, just kind of like a guy that's okay with not really being a normal rapper. He's kind of awkward in how he raps sometimes, and I really like that about him. He can kind of capture that like teenage like weird awkwardness, like angst stuff. I don't know, it's interesting to me. And he's kind of popular on like the low key, and he's got a really loyal fan base because of how niche his music is, and I really like it.
That's really cool. I mean, the majority of people who make music, they write about what they're going through. It's the outlet for them, right? So it's interesting that you said that, you know, he went through all this stuff and wrote about a lot of stuff.
I really love albums that have kind of a coherent storyline. Like Igor. Fantastic. Like, I listened to it the first time, I was like, what the fuck is this talking about? I thought they were just like random songs. And then I watched the video explaining it, and then I listened to the actual album, even like in shuffle, for like I was like cleaning something or whatever, and I heard every single bit where it was like, yo, he like falls in love with a guy and he wants him to stay, but he can't, and it's like this whole thing. And I just thought that was really cool when albums have kind of a narrative, and all of Tyler the Creator's albums kind of have a narrative, but some are really hard to follow.
Yeah, narratives are really cool with music, especially in album format. And I think another cool thing that I don't think anyone that I know of, except like Billie Eilish, her last 3 songs formed a sentence, but like having a whole album where the titles form like one coherent sentence, I think would be awesome.
That's pretty cool.
She did that for like the last little bit of it, of her album.
Jane Smith did that with one of his albums,
really?
Sire, and it wasn't the whole album. It was just the first 4 songs were BLUE,
Oh, that's.
And they were all like 4 minutes. Like, how do you make 16 minutes of blue? I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think that it's really cool what like artists choose to do and why they choose to do it, because it always comes back to them, like in like their life. It's really hard to make something genuine if you haven't gone through it, right? It's really hard to write about something that you have not gone through. So like that's why a lot of artists fall to what happened to them and in their lives, because
It's easy.
I mean,
It's easy
they're the first source.
to like.
They're the primary source. Yeah. It's easy to just speak your mind.
Yeah. Okay, so more on music. In April, I think April 10th, I'm going to a Young Gravy concert with our friend Connor. I don't know if he's been. He's been on the sidelines on one of the podcasts earlier. Before we switched.
I don't think Connor has been in. He hasn't.
He's been on the sidelines though. In the one video where you have like 6 people.
Yeah.
Or not video. Is it the one audio?
Yeah.
That was such a chaotic episode. I really like it though.
Yeah.
And Young Gravy is this character. He's 6'6" and I don't know. He raps about dumb shit, and it's really funny, and I don't know. He's kind of relatable in that sense where he's not really hard or whatever. He's just a normal guy
There to have fun.
from Wisconsin or Minnesota or something. One of those states up there.
One of them just random ones or whatever.
Yeah. And speaking of which, he's doing a tour. The tour's called Sugar, Spice, and Everything Ice.
Oh, I get it. It's a pun. Because it's supposed to be nice, but then you replaced it with ice.
But he's doing the tour with
That's
this guy.
creative.
This guy named This guy named Dylan Francis, who he's kind of like an EDM person, like / dubstep, which I'm not looking forward to.
No.
That the half of the concert that's gonna be like EDM and stuff, I'm like not about it.
Yeah, you don't like that.
Like I used to like it. Like it used to be like cool and being like wait for the drop or whatever, but now it's just kind of like washed out and you don't really. There's not much substance to it.
Yeah, there's not any. You can't insert any meaning to that, really.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
Dubstep in general, or like just lyrical EDM stuff?
Like EDM, like dubstep.
Well, I used to listen
Party
to.
music.
Yeah, I used to. Well, I didn't used to listen to like party music or whatever, but I used to listen to music without any lyrics, like like made like
Boss
electronically. Boss Fight is one of my favorite artists who uses only pieces that he makes digitally. I think it's really interesting because it brings forth more of like music aspects rather than what the meaning is in the lyrics. So like you can do really cool things and have like cool like syncopation or like really heavy drums, or you can do a lot of different things without having to worry about covering up lyrics. So like it's like showing a backtrack of something, and like you can kind of just do whatever you want. So it's really interesting to listen to. I've sort of fallen out of it, mainly because I'm a teen. I need to like so I like meaningful things and stuff that has lyrics and everything.
Okay, backtrack.
But
I even wrote this and I didn't read it.
what you wrote? What?
So Connor has to kind of like I convinced my parents right away because I've been to a concert before like, by myself, but Connor's trying to convince his parents to go, and he's almost done it. He's basically done it, and it's kind of funny because he was like, yeah, so they were like really against it at first, and I was like, I like slowly convinced them. I was like, oh, nice.
I have manipulated them.
You've constricted them into a consensus.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have fogged their brain.
Okay, so I would like to talk about.
Well, hold up. Can I bring up something real fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's interesting because you're going to a concert. I'm also going to a concert as well with a couple of people. It's an AJR concert. You don't like AJR.
I would think about going. I think it'd be cool to listen to in concert, but I think the tickets are gonna be too expensive for me.
Yeah, they were like $80, like the seats that we
Gravy's
got.
only like 40.
But yeah, I'm also excited about that concert. I haven't really been to a concert where like I genuinely like the artist is like one of my favorites, right? So it's gonna be really fun to like not only like listen to some of my favorite songs by my favorite artists, but being able to hang out with other people who do, like my friends as well. So like I can only imagine like how excited you are for that.
Who else going?
I think it's just me, Andy, and Bailey, Alex Bailey. But a lot of other people are going. They're just not sitting near us.
Y'all know Andy if you follow the podcast.
Yeah, if you listen to, I think it's episode 4 or 5, where Andy
something about the golden rule.
Yeah,
because
he talked a lot about his job.
Yeah,
that's a pretty interesting listen.
So this weekend, when did we watch 1917? What day was it?
It was I don't remember what day it was.
Sunday.
I thought it was Saturday.
Saturday was Sophia's party.
Oh yeah, Sunday then.
Oh, okay. Here's how I want to start. So Friday was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, this is last weekend we're talking about.
Yeah, so Friday was Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went out with Asa, Sophia, Grant, Mia, Carrington, and myself, and we went to this Japanese restaurant. It was really fun. Hibachi. Which is always fun. Yeah. I made friends with the chef. He called me white boy. I thought that was really nice.
What's up, white boy?
What's up, white boy? And it was really funny because all the people at the table were like teenagers.
Oh really?
Yeah. So it was basically only me who had the confidence to like speak up to the guy.
That's funny.
I don't know. I get really confident in groups.
Mm-hmm.
I like that about myself.
Yeah, that's a really good trait to have.
I think a lot of people do, but I think I do a lot more, especially like if versus like 2 to 3 people versus like 6 to 7 people. Like I'm like a shit ton more confident. It's amazing because I can just walk up to anyone and be like, "Yo, what's up?" And everyone either like if the interaction doesn't go well, they'll like laugh about it, be like, "Thomas, oh my god, you're so crazy," or they'll be like, "Oh my god, you want to talk to that guy?
That's great. You don't even know him."
Or it'll be like, "Oh yeah, cool. You actually made a friend. That's sick."
Oh, you get what's up, white boy?
You have nothing to be afraid of, especially in large groups because you have people to fall back on. Saturday, Sophia's party. Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Sophia, one of our friends, the one who was in the last episode, actually. That party was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself.
It was a good time.
If I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was a little bit lacking on certain parts. Just because like, it mainly I just didn't. Some people couldn't show up, and like I understand that, but
including his girl.
Yeah, that's fine. It's whatever. But like, I don't know. It was really mainly just Thomas and Asa acting a fool, and then like me trying to join in every once in a while. But
that's
like,
not what happens.
Yeah, and then we ended up playing Cards Against Humanity. And that was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun because she had like the extra like special bonus packs or whatever.
So it was a lot of cards I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards I haven't seen before.
Because if you play Cards Against Humanity a lot, like I have, and like Corey has, like
it gets predictable.
You see all the same cards, and you're like, it's not as funny anymore.
Yeah,
it's still kind of funny.
Like the Oreo dessert pizza. It's not
Domino's
funny.
Oreo dessert pizza.
Yeah, not funny anymore. Like,
but it wins.
It wins, but like it's just not. It doesn't hit.
Zesty breakfast burrito.
Yeah, the zesty breakfast burrito.
Okay, so that was fun, and then Sunday, me and Zach were just gonna hang out at my house, and then
Olivia sent into the chat, the bowling group chat, hey, does anyone want to watch 1917? I immediately was like, hell yeah, I definitely want to watch it, because she talked about it a couple of weeks. Yeah, she recommended it a couple of weeks ago. She said she just saw it and it was fantastic. And long story short, we ended up going, and Thomas called me right when we were about to leave, or when we were already planning stuff, and then Thomas and Zach and Abby all joined in. So it was like all 5 of us watching 1917, and like I just kind of want to talk about how the movie was set up. Obviously, I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't seen it yet, but
you don't have to spoil much.
I won't talk about much like what happens at the end or anything. But the thing about 1917, it's like a war movie, right? But like the main objective in it is these 2 soldiers. They have to go
a message through enemy lines 9 miles to get to their men to stop an attack.
Yeah.
Stop them from attacking the enemy because they're walking into a trap.
Yeah, because they think that the enemy side has like retreated
on purpose to draw them in and then slaughter them.
Yeah. So, well, no, they think the enemy is retreating because they're like they think they almost got him. They think I'm on the ropes, but really that's a strategical retreat, and they're just waiting for them to come.
Yeah.
And then
the
they're
Germans
just
are waiting
for
for the British. And
so the 2 soldiers are trying to warn him with a message.
Yeah.
So that's the premise of the movie, right? But the thing about it is the movie is made to look like it was shot entirely in one shot.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That decision is so smart because not only does it get people way more invested into it because it feels like you're there, but like it's just a cool way to show every part of like what the war was about. They didn't skip over anything. Like, you know how sometimes in the movie like they jump cut through like weird awkward situations? They can't do that with a one-shot movie like that.
Yeah.
And it was really fascinating. I thought it was such a good...
there was only one point where there was a passage of time that you didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
And, but...
It made sense for it to...
Yeah, the rest of the time, it was literally, like, it was just him walking and stumbling and it's crazy.
Yeah, and the thing about it is
it's crazy to think about because you watch the whole movie and then you think back about it, you're like, oh my god, I remember his entire path.
Yeah, I know exactly where he went.
Yeah. And,
like, what was really cool about it was, like, on, like, the people who they hired to do the soldier parts, right? That's a really tough role to do, right? Because if you mess up too badly, you have to restart the entire shot. Yeah. And you don't know how far back you have to go. It may be, like, God, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it must have been so hard getting in, like character.
Yeah.
So y'all know that it actually wasn't on.
Yes,
yeah,
we know
of course.
It was spliced to look like that.
You can see in a couple places where it cut, like, but like barely. Like I had to be like paying attention.
But like the point is, those scenes are still like very long, so they had to like make judgment calls. Like if they made like an accidentally bumped into somebody when they weren't supposed to, or like they accidentally trip or something, they have to make sure they embody the role and act like a soldier would if something like that happens, in order to avoid them from having to restart a really big scene. And that is like, it takes so much skill. Like, it's so cool how they did that. And like, I mean, I would never be able to do something like that. Like, remember lines for 15 minutes? Are you kidding me? Like, that's great. It was a really well-made movie. Obviously, I mean, in my opinion, it was slow at certain parts, but that's just because we were seeing everything.
Of course.
But like, regardless of that,
the whole.
Yeah.
Side note. So Abby is crying like she always does, and then and she cries a lot. She's a pretty easy crier. But and then so was Olivia. It was the second time Olivia had seen it, and she was still crying. Me and Corey freaking can't cry.
I can't cry. I wish I could cry, but I can't. When I get upset, I just bottle everything in. I think crying is a fantastic way to let out your emotions, and I can't do it. It's
I wanted to cry.
I wanted to,
and then it was like no.
But then I feel like I'm emotionless when I don't cry. I feel like I don't have a heart when I don't cry. Obviously, I feel for the characters, but like, it just doesn't happen. I can't force it.
I know. I feel really heartless because like I looked at some of the stuff and I'm like, why am I not tearing up right now?
Like I should be crying here, and then I look over at Olivia and Abby, and they're like, they're crying, and I'm like, I should be crying right now. This is the part where you're supposed to cry, but I can't.
Yeah. And after that, Corey and Olivia went home, right?
Yeah, I drove Olivia home.
And then I went to Target to meet up with. Well, I was with Abby and Zach, and we went to Target to meet up with Rhett Jackson and Olivia DeFore, a couple other people, and
just like some theater kids then.
Yeah, and they were like shopping for the wardrobe for Footloose, the play that they're doing. I'm excited to see that. When are they doing that? Like March?
I don't know when they're doing it, but I am excited.
March 15th, I think.
March 15th.
Okay.
March 15th.
15th and 16th.
Yeah.
15th and 16th.
That's gonna be. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they were like shopping for their wardrobe or whatever, and then we were like, all right, yo, let's go to like Guitar Center and just like jam out. And so we went to the Guitar Center. It's closed because it was 7:30 and it closes like 7 because it was Sunday. So, but we didn't have school on Monday, so we were like, okay, we can stay out as late as we want. So we were like, okay, everyone, and a couple other people met us at the park where my truck was parked, and we all sat around for like 3 hours and just like, some people brought their guitars and the theater kids like sang, and I joined in at some parts, and they were like, yo, you have a good voice, and I was like, thanks guys, and they're like, you should join show choir, and I'm like, nah, I ain't about to do that. I like singing for fun, but it's
yes,
like,
but no.
It's a competition thing. It's like I don't want to do that. I never have like
It's
real
interesting.
competition.
Yeah, it's interesting because you've joined like joined in on a lot of different things like activities and stuff, and you always like kind of quit them. Like you did band and you did track. I'm sure you've done other things, right?
Oh yeah, I quit. Well, I didn't quit track. To be fair, I just didn't do it for. I just didn't
quit
do it
it.
after the season.
You kind of quit.
If you, I don't think it's considered quitting if you don't leave in the middle of the season. I think you just stop doing it.
Yeah, but he's.
I lost interest. Track just sucked because I'm not good at short distances. Love cross country. I still hate the races, and I wish I didn't hate the races. But people who didn't try as hard as me did better than me consistently, and I was so fed up with that, and I didn't want to do it anymore. But I love practice, and I love all the guys there, but I just couldn't. I couldn't deal with it.
See, we've had this conversation before, but like I feel like that should fuel you to like, work harder. But
shouldn't it? But it doesn't.
It?
But it's like
it just did.
Because it does at the beginning. You're like, okay, I can do better than these guys, and then it keeps happening, and you're like, what am I doing wrong?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not actually doing anything wrong. I don't know if they have a better race sense.
Were you still improving your time though, personally?
A little bit.
Because my friend Ben from Georgia, he's in cross country and track, and his team over there, like his school, like every sport that they have over there, it's like insanely good because the school is just has such a big student body, so many students to pick from, and so many like passionate, hardworking students. So like their track team is insanely good, and I think right now Ben is still on JV and he is a junior. And normally, like typically, juniors would already be moved up to varsity. But even still, he still works to improve his time because he loves it, and he, it's like a passion for him. It's like an outlet. Running is a really significant part of his life, and he, even though he's not as good as some of the people even who like just come up that are like freshmen, he still enjoys like showing them and like giving them experiences and everything, and showing them what it means to be on the track team. So like, I guess he has a passion and love for it, and yours just didn't really stick.
It's not it. I just couldn't deal with the races. Like I would, if the coach, which he might, I haven't really asked him. I just think it'd be too weird of a request.
Mm-hmm.
If I could like do all the practice and not have to do the races.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Yeah, and a lot of people love the races, and I'm like, I can't. Like I despise them. They're the worst. Literally,
what's bad about them?
Some of my best memories, because everything's leading up to that point, and it's like, if you don't do good, you don't do good, and then I do shit every time, and it's like, yo, what have I been practicing for? I practiced harder than these 3 people that beat me. Like, I don't get it. I didn't do anything wrong. I just, I don't know, and that just kept happening. But some of my greatest memories are just like running with them, like. One time we were running along a train track where it was just a train track, and then a train came, and so we had to like go off the side. Oh, dude, such good times. It's so cool to have that freedom too of just being able to be like, yo, I could like run to like wherever right now. I don't care. Like I could run 6 miles and be fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really cool feeling to have.
Yeah, I would definitely like to start. I mean, working out in general, but like running, I feel like is a really interesting activity.
It's fun
to get into. I keep making excuses, because honestly, I could go out and run right now and be fine. But I like running with music, and I don't have wireless earbuds, so that's the excuse I keep putting up for myself. But I mean, I gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, we both gotta start working out, and I gotta get a job, and we got all these things we gotta do, and
yeah, I mean, I've been so like, it's like when I think about everything that I have going on, I start getting really stressed out. But once I like go through it, it's not as bad as I like think in my head. But like, I don't know, I feel like I'm reaching my limit right now. I don't think I was properly prepared for what this year entails because. Like, first of all, I have a girlfriend, which is totally new. Second of all, I have a job, again, totally new for this year. Along with having heavy classes and extracurriculars like band and like clubs that I'm in, it's a lot to juggle. But like, if you don't like have a job and you don't do all this stuff, then you're missing out. Like you don't have a lot of money you can just like go out and spend that's like your own, and you have to like get your dad to fill up your truck.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
I do still have some from summer, but I don't have a card.
Yeah.
I can't like.
So yeah, you don't have a card.
I
Like
have to like go withdraw it.
there's so much that like is like not written, but like is still like kind of required without being like actually required for
That's why I'm getting a
teens
job
to do.
soon.
Because and like it's a lot. Like having a job while having school, that's like having 2 jobs. And for a teenager, sure. And I hate
I would
it.
consider it 1.5 jobs.
I hate it when parents are like, dude, I work, this is how I feel all the time. It's, yes, but like you've done that for a while, right? So like you're used to it. You should
And you just do your job. You
And-
don't ever learn new material.
Yeah, and like, yeah, exactly. So like, stop beating us down for being tired. We're allowed to be tired. We're going through a lot. We're going through many new things. It takes a lot of energy out of us, and we still have to go to school every day. So sometimes I feel like parents, I mean, sometimes I miss the point of what my parents do for me, but sometimes they miss the point of what I have to do as well as a kid. Like just having a job alone on top of school is already stressful enough.
Of course.
Yeah, I just, for a while, I just felt like going above and beyond is like punishment, because it's just another thing you have to do, like another thing on your schedule.
It's not really that helpful in the end.
It doesn't even add up to anything.
All right, thank y'all.
Yeah, we kind of got off on a little tangent
Yeah, we
there
were
for a
like
little bit.
cut or whatever.
Yeah, we had to check the time,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Thank y'all for listening. to
thank you guys so much for
and
listening.
watching another episode.
I hope you guys like
Fun
the
to
more
have y'all.
chill, like, because like we didn't have a lot of commotion or anything. It was a lot more chill and relaxed. So hope you guys still enjoyed it. Yeah, and like, you know, obviously comment, like, subscribe.
Comment questions you have.
Yes, absolutely.
Please comment questions you have.
Because yeah, I mean, sometimes we run out of material, and like we need y'all's material. I know you guys want to ask some questions.
I know you guys.
I know you guys want to ask some.
Like you like if you're watching this, you have no idea who we are in real life.
Yeah, you can literally ask anything. Like you don't know a lot about us, so if you want to know stuff about us, then ask. And if you don't, then ask anyways, please. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share this with anybody who you think would be interested. It's greatly appreciated. Add us on social media.
Yeah, Josh will link all of our stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. And also, again, if you've been listening to the first couple of episodes of the video format, like, that's also super greatly appreciated. So, alright, yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.